are we able to connect with Mr. Alvin Mitchell before we move to the next agenda item?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Alvin Mitchell.
Yes,
Can you hear
please.
me?
Yes, we can hear you without the echo, so that's perfect. Thank you.
Oh, great. I apologize for that. Just want to say good evening to Madam Chair and the distinguished Board of Commissioners of Henry County. Good evening. I know it's been a long evening. We've had some spirited discussions on some great topics that are taking place in our county. I really can't believe in 2020 we as a community are still grappling with the fact and debating the removal of Confederate monuments and symbols in this great community of Henry County. As I state to a number of my neighbors and people throughout the county, African Americans living with Confederate flags and monuments in their communities are equivalent to our Jewish brothers and sisters living with swastikas and monuments of Adolf Hitler in their communities. I'm going to repeat that. African Americans living with Confederate flags and monuments in their communities are like, it's equivalent to our Jewish brothers and sisters living with swastikas and monuments of Adolf Hitler in their communities. As you know, our Jewish brothers and sisters would never stand for it because it would be a painful and constant reminder of the atrocities of the Holocaust. Likewise, with these Confederate symbols in our neighborhoods and community, it represents a painful and constant reminder of the atrocities of slavery. In no uncertain shape, form, or fashion do I condone the erasing of anyone's history. However, I would like to suggest and agree with the commissioner's earlier vote to remove the Confederate monument from the McDonough Square and place it in a location that's more appropriate. I suggest we place the monument in a Confederate cemetery, a burial ground of Confederate soldiers, or in a local museum. The monument was erected in 1910 by the United Daughters of the Confederacy. The premise of the erection was built during the movement known as the Lost Cause of the Confederacy, a movement that tried to rewrite history and propagating a story that the stance of the Confederacy during the American Civil War was just a heroic one. However, those who really know the history of this country beg to differ. The movement of the Confederacy and their ideological views was considered an act of treason against the United States. We as a community are at a crossroads right now. We're better than this. We as a community have to create an environment that is inclusive to all of our citizens, not just a few. A few years ago, the state of Georgia removed Confederate flags from the state building. Many states have done the same. This monument must be removed and replaced with individuals who are on the right side of history. It has to be replaced with individuals who truly believe the words of our founding fathers, like Thomas Jefferson that stated, and the pastor stated this so eloquently earlier. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their creator with a certain inalienable right, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Again, I respectfully request that you move forward with the removal of the Confederate monument from the McDonough Square and move it to a predetermined location for further viewing. Thank you, board.
Thank you, sir. Okay, well, that concludes our public comment, and we do want to say thank you to all.
Chairwood, I want to make sure that I put in the minutes and let Sherry know as well that about 8 to 10 minutes ago, the Facebook Live went down and constituents could not hear the public speaking pieces.
Okay, all right, thank you. We need to make sure that it is recorded or somehow to be shown on Facebook Live. So thank you for that acknowledgement. So that does conclude our public comment section at this time. I do want to say thank you to all of you who participated in tonight's meeting after we had to conduct business, and those that came out and practiced social distancing, and those that also were patient through the technology. So we do appreciate all of those who made those efforts for public comment. So let's now move into the next item, which is regarding the approval of our May 19th regular Board of Commissioners meeting. Were there any thoughts or changes regarding the minutes? Seeing none, hearing none, the floor is now open for a motion to approve the minutes. See Commissioner Holmes as a motion, Commissioner Thomas as a second. Any discussion or comments? All in favor, please signal by raising your hand. Okay, that looks 6-0. County Clerk, will you confirm that that motion and vote, please?
Chair Holmes made a motion to approve. Commissioner Thomas seconded the motion.
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll now move into the county manager's comments, and then we'll get into the commissioner comments.
Chairwood, I only had one comment for tonight, and it was more for the board and for our Henry County family to join me in keeping the family of Mr. James Mann in our prayers. James Mann was a DOT laborer here with Henry County for 21 years, and we lost James, and his funeral was actually held on this past Saturday. So I just wanted the board and our Henry County family to continue to keep his family in our prayers as they navigate through the loss of James, who was affectionately known by our DOT staff as Cool Breeze. That's all the comments that I have for this evening.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so at this time, we'll move to commissioner comments. Are there any comments from any commissioners? Okay, Commissioner Clemens. Okay, you're muted. I'm sorry.
I just want to say to Commissioner Baum, I want to apologize for you feeling that you were left out and we did not wait on you. I know you make every attempt to make sure that we're all participating and having a conversation. So Commissioner Baum, I just want to make sure that you know that it was never an intention to block you, keep you out, or to move without you. Just wanted to publicly apologize to you if you thought that.
Okay, any other comments from any commissioner? Commissioner Thomas?
I really want to thank all the presenters tonight, especially for the public comments. We took them at heart. I was sitting here making notes. I want to thank you so much for those who agreed and those who even disagreed, who came out to let everyone know how you feel about your county, how you feel about your community, and how you feel about the people that are around you. So thank you so much for just coming out to do that. Those who were virtually that were here, we thank God for every time a citizen let their voice be heard, because your words are important to us. How you feel is important to us. And we do want to know, what is it that you want to happen in your community? So we heard you loud and clear tonight. Thank you so much for coming out to be with us. And thank you for the words and emails and things that you sent in. Again, thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Holmes? You're muted, I'm sorry.
I also want to thank all the citizens for coming out. I have to say this is or has been one of the most powerful evenings I've ever experienced. Just listening to people give their opinions about an issue that so many people feel strongly about. So I just want to say thank you again, and we appreciate all your comments.
All right, thank you. Any other commissioner? Well, I just want to make a comment. This is exactly what I was really wishing had happened as part of this whole process regarding the monument on the square. to listen to our citizens on both sides of this issue. I will say that, yes, it probably is very confusing to a lot of individuals regarding my vote, but I want to make it clear that I did vote to remove the monument, but the way it was handled makes me ashamed of my vote. And the biggest issue that I've said from the beginning has not been what was done, but how it was done. I still believe very strongly that there should have been a process just like this before a final decision by the board. And it also should have included some discussions between the county and city and even the monument owners of the United Daughters of the Confederate. Removing a historical monument is major for a lot, and I know that. As a matter of fact, I know that the biggest truth is that we all have some racial and biases within or against others. We all have some level of that. I know that, especially as an African American, that there is so much pain in our Black community. And even all of the recent events that have happened have really deepened the wounds. And I will tell you, sitting in this seat as a Black person who's having to sit here and talk about and hear the pains on one side and the other side as well, again, I'm here to listen to everyone. I don't expect the average white person to understand what it's like to be Black. They've not walked in my shoes and other Black shoes, and I don't expect them to understand that. But at the same time, I also know that all white people are not racist and hateful, and neither are all Black people. We're all humans, as has been stated all along this evening. But as a chair, when I had that vote last time, I knew that there was a motion to remove that monument, but it had no plans to do what our citizens are saying. If it's not there, then it should go somewhere else. Well, it can be respected and honored. And that's why I did all that I could to influence that resolution that would at least ensure some time to preserve it, a plan even to think about where it should be relocated. And then again, my role as the chair is to listen to all citizens in all districts with all backgrounds and find some common ground in a way we can get through this change. So I say that as we continue to think about where we're going forward, just to be clear to our citizens, the vote has been done, whether it was 3-2 or 4-1. It is over. The decision has been made. And what I encourage us to do is what has also been recommended this evening. Let's move forward with this long journey to racial harmony. So what are the suggestions that I have? Well, citizens, I think that you need to continue to express yourselves and to share your thoughts. I appreciate the phone calls, the emails, and everything else. Continue that. But I also would say that soon you all are going to be receiving a survey so that you can continue to express your thoughts about the social unrest here in Henry County and to even think about where some solutions should be. Because we've got to figure this out by the time the monuments are moved, or if anything else comes and refers back to what we feel relates back to slavery or caused the pain, we still have got to figure out how we're going to deal with the current hearts and minds of people right now that still are exercising hatred and so forth. Not all of us, but some people that are. So that's why I believe that over the next couple of weeks, you're going to hear a series of me hosting some meetings and inviting more conversations and continued conversations about racism, anger, but also hope. We need hope. I also say that I'm going to ask that a resolution comes back to this board so that we can literally create what similar to what we've done with the Transportation Advisory Committee, similar to what we've done with the Public Safety Committee. Let's create a citizen involved, I'm gonna call it a Racial Harmony Advisory Committee. And this is the group, the individuals that will help us to move forward, because this is a journey. The pain that we're talking about, or the misunderstandings that we didn't have, that we have right now, we've got to continue that because it will take a while. So I agree that Henry County needs to be the role model for the rest of this world to show how we can get through the change with all of the demographics that we have here in Henry County. We've got Blacks, whites, Indians, Latinos, and we've got others that we need to involve in this whole process. But I would also say that at the end of the day, what's going to be most important is not just what we do, but how we do it. I heard the word time and time again about being inclusive. We've got to be inclusive. What we experienced a couple of weeks ago was not inclusive, and it should be. So again, Henry County, I am committed to serving as your chair, and will do all that I can to help us continue to bridge where we can, the traditions with the new and with all the change that we have. So I do agree that this has been a profound evening. Great to hear from our constituents, and I'm sure we'll hear more. So I want to say thank you to you all for that. The other thing I want to clarify is that there's been lots of communications, complaints against me and others about code of ethics and code of conduct. And I would just encourage you all to really understand how your government is structured. Right now, each commissioner has one equal vote, including the chair. I have no executive order to do anything to anyone. However, we do have a process by which you can report any complaints against me and anyone else through our ordinances that relates to our code of ethics and our code of conduct. So again, we just encourage you to remain active and participate in where we're going. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. And I do agree that there needs to be in the future a discussion about how our Board of Commissioner meetings will continue to move in a way so that it is productive and is transparent to our citizens. So we need to talk more about these agenda items, how they come, how they go, so that at least we're inclusive in some of the discussions, not just for the commissioners, but for everybody that's going to be impacted. So I am looking forward to us moving forward as a Henry County family. Now, I'll now move to the next agenda items, which are regarding the upcoming meetings and events. On August the 4th at 9 o'clock is going to be a regular Board of Commissioners meeting. On August the 18th at 6:30 p.m., there's going to be a regular Board of Commissioners meeting. And I know we're working also in setting some dates for called meetings regarding our millage rate hearings. So you will be able to listen and look out for those meetings as well. So at this time, we'll now accept a motion to adjourn the meeting. Oh, okay, I guess I can't see where's Commissioner Clemens, Commissioner Holmes, and Commissioner Thomas. See, this is a clear example. Okay, thank you for returning, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioner Clemens, Commissioner Holmes, are you still there? Thank you. Okay, we have at least a quorum now. So we're now accepting a motion to adjourn.
Clear example of what, Commissioner Chairwoman?
I saw a motion by Commissioner Thomas and a second by Commissioner Wilson. Any further discussion?
Clarify that.
I will be more than happy to clarify it. I think it is, it was a time where I was speaking and I did not see the three of you. And that was an opportunity for me to share and for you to also listen as I'm supposed to listen to you and you listen to me. So that's what I meant when I stated that. So I hope that we can work together continuously on mutual respect for each other. That is my commitment to you. And I've said anything to you is all along. If there's anything I've done to offend y'all, I want to fix it because I'm not here for myself. I'm here for the citizens. And I want to work with each and every one of you. So we've had a motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion or comments before we adjourn? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of adjourning the meeting, please signal by raising your hand. Thank you and have a good evening, everyone.